has disconnected. It disconnected. No. It's on now. What happened? It's too bright. Just cut it down.
Inside the US prison, ó tún gba $400,000 láti inú prison. I got my role model, I swear. Hello, baby.
What number did you take?
Yes.
Say something, let me see.
Check, mic check. Check, mic check.
So it's delayed by some seconds.
The whole frame is delayed by some seconds. Your link, does your link have 2 points?
Just say something.
Hello, hi. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Does your link have two mics, two camera?
Yes, 2 cameras. You don't need 2 sound. You just need sound.
No, we need one sound.
Yes.
But we need 2 cameras
Yeah,
because
it's
at some
coming
point,
in. It's coming in.
at some point, we will have to come here. We have to stream here.
This camera just comes out.
Yes, we have to stream here, and then at some point we have to stream inside. 2 points at the same time, so it's not static. Hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi. Yeah, the one that reduced. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to try and conserve battery if we're not shooting. Yeah, I think so. Are you live now, or what? Out? Are we taking it out?
Yeah.
If you can just put the banner up for the meantime. Yes, the design up so that you can conserve battery.
What of the phone? The phone was there.
No. There are two different. It's on that one. That one is for this one. I want to separate the channel so that it will record two separate sides and I can move. It's not about
going to interview you first. Interview. Interview. Yeah. Once it's ready, yeah. Austin, we can start with, yeah, we can start with Uche.
Okay. Okay, you're going first. You're going first. Don't have waist.
We do back pocket.
Let me do back pocket. How do I warm this one? Can you warm this inside?
Sure. Yeah.
Is there something?
Hello. Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm not again this. No vulgarity. Okay. Business cake. If I blow, I'm a business cake. I'm a channel, you go bright too. Hey. What's up?
No, fine.
Hi. Say hi
I'm
now.
18 now. I'm 18.
Are you a hater?
Say what?
She doesn't even say hi.
Hi. Hi.
What was that? Oh my goodness. Thank God she stopped doing. Are you ready?
You're
ready? Yeah, no.
Get out.
Okay, get the fork.
There's life after the mischief.
Yes.
Well, let me touch my thing. Excuse me, darling. Let me just touch my face. I'm disturbing you guys too much here. Let me just remove the bag.
Fine. Best way we can keep it. Okay, why did you keep it there?
Hey, well.
No, but you're going to get here. Yes. Yes. Why you or why? Don't worry, they'll just do it. See, they'll do close up. They'll do close up. Extreme close up. Yeah.
Oh, more this heat. What is it? Sorry then.
Waiting for
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for Uche.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry then.
Okay, so let me just do that
Okay.
then.
Yes, welcome first. Sorry. Now just welcome.
The introduction, okay.
Thank you. 2. Should I remove the tag?
Yeah, have you taken pictures without it? Okay, I think you should leave it.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever annual Film Mischief. This is the Film Arts Club Film Festival and everybody is super excited for this to happen. Are you? I'm sure you are. So I'm going to say big welcome to every single one of us. If you're not here, I mean, what are you doing wherever you are? Why? Please, find your way down here. We're waiting. Yeah.
So we can always use that like oh yes, as breakers and stuff. Yeah.
So just say this is Film Arts Club.
Yeah, this is Film Arts Club.
Your name and this is. Was that okay?
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, just I'm waiting for her. Waiting for her.
It's still showing.
Sons of Ubong. Who the cap?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why.
Okay.
Good idea.
So once I'm done with Uche, I can, yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Yes.
So me,
Mr. Austin, I think is who we're with.
don't press spoil.
Don't press spoil. Don't touch it. Okay.
I don't think at the end you're going to like vlog like
Yeah.
This is Film Rats, yes. My name is Uche Chika Elmenu. This is Film Rats Club. Okay, Film Rats, not Annual Mischief. Okay. Yeah, so that for future purposes.
Right, so I am on the black carpet with the amazing Uche Chika. First of all, before you go far, tell us how excited you are for this event. Tell us.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think turn it up to 11. I think it's I'm super excited to be here, and the infectious energy that we're getting around is so much helpful, and we're like, oh my gosh, can't wait to dig in.
Honestly,
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to movies. Less is more, and I'm looking forward to seeing low-budget movies, especially shine bright on the silver screen, which is what they're not usually known to do. So I'm just really excited about that. Yeah.
And what about your Actors Roundtable?
Oh yeah, okay, that's like the cat in the bag that I was trying to keep.
Where?
But of course, meeting with colleagues is always a great opportunity to meet minds and just share experiences, good, bad, ugly, you know.
We know.
Yeah, so it's good to have a truth-telling platform like that, and I can't wait for other actors to join us and then share ideas and know how to move the industry forward.
Yes.
Yeah, for us and for the entirety. Yeah.
So quick one before you go, tell us the movie you're in that's going to be showing.
Okay. I have 2 movies. Hello. Okay. I have And the Winner Is and Fate. So stay tuned. Fate and the Winner Is.
Like I said, the amazing Uche Chika.
Thank you.
Okay. Do your film rat stuff.
Okay.
No, let her do it alone.
No need. Okay, I was wondering. Yeah. I'm Uche Chika Elumelu, and this is Film Master.
Thank you.
Before we interview her,
Yeah.
It's supposed to be yes.
for Film Rats or for the festival.
It's like Film Rat Club. It's like Film Rat Club. What's his name?
And I was just asking, but then for future purposes, we're not always gonna have the festival.
Yeah.
So but maybe we should have 2. Maybe we should have 2. Like annual Film Mischief and then have Film Rats Club. What do you think?
Hi. My name is Nene.
So you can use it.
Okay, it's actually Owen.
So I'm part of the press team for this thing I just said.
Sorry.
Hello, my name is Uche Chika Elumelu, and I'm live at the annual Film Mischief.
It was your picture.
Superstar. I see the way she removed it. Nollywood style.
My goodness.
It was a picture I saw. My cab was waiting for me. I said, no, I'm going to change. I said, no, I'm going to change.
Me, I knew that she must be hosting something because then I usually they find girls, she knows to send off.
I said, no, I can't come and look like naked today. No.
Him with the cap.
How are you, darling?
Yeah.
This is I'm coming to my fan.
Let me mic. Yes. You want to put them for back? Let me make it I won't take on this one now. Okay,
Sorry. Let me see the name of the film.
Songs of Football.
Songs of Football.
Owen Olo. Yeah? Okay.
I'm so excited.
Sorry, you were saying that like I should ask him.
since a lot of know what he's doing, I asked him what he expects and how he feels like students react to his film. Basically, a little bit about him, I guess.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, you go
Love the recording everything I do.
Yeah, so after
It is slack the neck of the cloth. Let me see. It's sacking one.
The red carpet or black carpet
See, don't be.
I did just say my.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Owen. I didn't really Owen, hello. Can you hear me? You sure? Don't worry, it's not going to zoom. There's no zoom. You just make sure you hold it like this. When you see anybody, see, if you want to focus on that, just tap it. Can you see? So when I'm standing there, make sure. And hold it boldly. Don't look like you don't know what you're doing. You get me? Because you have to be recording me. The one I'm doing. It's in the wrong place. Uncle Wale gave me the wrong place. One I couldn't see him. Why can't I see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Random questions.
My powder grenade.
etc. Obviously, it's not in the film.
Yeah.
It's just random questions.
Okay. Hi. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Are you good? Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, can you
Move it.
Thank you. Alright, we're good. Action.
And now we're on the black carpet with the director of Sons of Ubon, Mr. Owen. Right. Nice to meet you. So we know your movie is screening. First off, what are your expectations?
I never have expectations when it comes to watching my film because I've seen it over and over again. So I'm just hoping that people will like it and enjoy it. And, you know,
How do you think the audience would react to it?
the kind of story I told with Sons of Ubon might seem a bit strange. It's not the regular. So it was something I wasn't sure of putting out there. I was like, okay. I just got in the moment and I did something with Wale Ojo. Well, okay, let's keep it out there. Let's put it out there. I think nowadays, with the generation we're in, the Nigerians are beginning to understand more than just storytelling. There's a lot of poetry, photography. So I felt kind of safe. Like, okay, let me push it out there and see what will happen. And yeah.
Awesome. We're all looking forward to watching your film.
I am too.
So, what prompted you to put it out to this festival?
To what?
To this festival.
What prompted me to do what?
To send in your film to this festival. To be screened.
Well, I know that a lot of great people are, part of this club. I've known some of them in the past. When you see people that are doing great things, and you know that these are the kind of people that will understand your work. So I was like, okay, definitely this is where my film should go. Because I know they will have an understanding of it, and here we have it. It was picked. I hope it goes farther than that.
Awesome. So aside your film and everything, are you looking forward to anything else?
Aside film?
Aside your film, are you looking forward to any of the...
I want to see all the other movies. I know they are great movies. I know the selections they have will be fantastic. So I'm looking for the ones that might sweep mine under the bus, but hopefully, we still rub shoulders at some point. But I'm glad and I'm sure that with the directors that sent fantastic movies will be, shown on the screen.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We cannot wait to see your film.
Yeah, I went to black carpet. I was wondering.
I mean, we have to do something different. It's film rat club,
Because we're rats.
Yes. Right, thank you so much. Okay, first off, we have to do just your name and this is Film Rat Club.
Hey, I don't like being in front of the
Sorry.
camera. I'm a shy person.
Okay.
Am I to say this is Film Arts Club?
Yeah.
Again, the full name.
The Annual Film Mischief.
Annual Film Mischief. Alright. Shall I go?
Action.
Alright, my name is Ademile Owenolo, director, cinematographer, editor, and I am at the Film Rat Annual Mischief, where a lot of movies will be going down, and I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun. And we hope you guys turn up and make it. Okay. Just Kinemuche, what did I do? Tell me.
Because you have to look back. So like,
No more. I know. That name just doesn't sink in my head. Annual
Film Mischief.
It's so many words in one man. Annual Film Mischief.
from the top again.
From the top. All right. Okay, my name is Ademile Owenolo, and you are the Annual Film Mischief by Film Rats Club. Right? And I'm sure this is communicating me behind. Okay, the tag, that's what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Alright, from the top again. Action.
Annual Film Institute. Okay, my name is Adewale Owenolu, and officially I am a rat, as you can see, and we are the Annual Film Institute, where we're going to see lots of movies. My movie will be coming out, Songs of Ubon, with other beautiful movies that I know will be screening today, and I hope you guys have fun, because like we said, we are rats, and we just drum it up and down. We chop, we chop in here and there, so have fun and have a great time. I don't like being in front of camera.
Just say your name, and this is Film Rats Club.
And this is Film Rats Club. All right.
Are you sure? Can you take it off for this?
Should I hold it?
No, no, I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right. And this is Film Rats Club.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Adewale Owenolu, and this is Film Rats Club. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I don't like camera. Where you record it? Don't close it because I don't time. Okay. Yeah, Baba. Oops, I don't go talk anyhow, so we try. Yeah. Most of us I like to do in front. No problem.
Thank you. Nene, who's next? Just mic me. He's interviewing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't tell you, like, I'm not the only one interviewing.
Oh, okay. Let me. Help me.
Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's like he's really hidden.
It's hidden?
Yeah. It's not clear. Can you turtle neck come out? Yeah. Can you roll outside? I think that would be better so I can just come inside. Sorry. Okay, so let me just now go from the back. No need to go inside.
Testing. Can you testing the microphone? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you probably have to be more audible.
My name is Johnson. Yeah, cool.
More audible than that.
I will shout. Yeah, I'm ready.
That's audible because there's lots of.
Yeah.
Who are we interviewing?
Hi, good afternoon. Making audition.
How are you? Oh no.
I did. Okay, so I'm going to do this.
Do you have a back pocket? No pockets. What if we your pants?
Okay, let me.
What up behind you? As in, what I mean is just something like this.
Yeah, so
There's no race for the weekend. What is it?
Maybe if you detach it, we can do that now.
Yeah, we can do that now. My problem is where to hang.
Here?
Where to that
I'll
was.
need to put my
Good afternoon. What's your name? Thank you.
It's a place.
How are you? Welcome.
What if we hang it here? Sorry. What about here?
Yeah, it happens.
Does it have like a...
It's part of her cloth.
No, I'm talking about...
How does it feel to be? Are you excited? How excited are you to be here?
You know what it means?
Okay, so let me run.
Austin, can you hear me? Austin, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, dear, I'm naked myself.
Oh, it's been nice. Down, down, down.
You know that G is coming.
No, I don't know if it's coming.
Alright.
No, it's on the mainland and it's in Shangotedo.
G lives even closer than me. I live in Michael.
Oh.
So this distance from I'm coming.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hope and I'll be taking you through Film Arts Fest. Can you hear me, Hope? Yeah, extremely loud. Is it good? Can you hear me now?
Hi.
Alright.
You can't hear me. You can hear me? Yeah, I'm very audible. I'm very audible. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Better now?
Where should I stand?
So just two questions, excitement and what your expectation is.
Okay.
So, are you showing the movie?
Yes, I
You're showing the
am.
movie?
No, but not today.
Not today. Awesome. What's the name?
3.
Great. So that will be on Sunday or Saturday. Tomorrow or Saturday?
Saturday.
But the mic is
Sorry, yeah. Because of this your cable, if you can't do turn entirely back on. So that won't pass. Do you understand? Keep facing the camera. But it's not like
this way. This fine.
So,
Sorry. No, they're still setting up.
Let me just put my
Is it better? It is good? Okay.
Alright, ready when you are.
Are you ready? Alright, good afternoon. What's your name?
good afternoon. My name is Oladot.
Nice to meet you, London. So can you tell me from a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to be here?
If I can go above 10,
Yes.
I would.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What are your expectations for this maiden edition?
Well, this is the first film festival I'll be attending physically, so I really do hope I get to see a lot of different genres of films, comedy, drama, whatever. I just want to see what we as young creatives have been able to put out there. Yeah.
So the theme is less is more. So is that like going to dwindle your expectations? Is that going to increase it higher?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
So it doesn't matter the budget, just
No.
good film.
I have found out that when we have less budget, we tend to put out more because we don't rely on crutches.
Yeah. True. So are you showing the movie anytime soon?
Yes, a short film of mine will be showing on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's titled 3.
Awesome.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Cool.
We need you to
what?
Like a plug, like this is an film festival. This is the annual film mystery.
No big hotel meeting I could do.
Then you now
Oh, I see yours.
Yes.
Live.
This
Are you kidding me?
Then you now say your name as
Is it live?
film as well. The first one, you tap out.
And I send the video to
Okay.
I think if we're doing a plug, film mass in general, I don't think it can.
Okay, so the first one, my name, and then this is the annual Film Mischief 2022. Then the second one is my name. This is Film Rats. Okay.
We found out and every
Okay.
yeah about the
Yeah. What turtleneck bodies?
Yeah.
So you're like white rangers, I'm like blue rangers.
I think white for miles.
Yeah.
Alright, your good line.
Okay.
Cool. When you're ready.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Alright, so both of you just
Shoot me a bit.
Chill. Okay.
thank you.
All right.
A bit more.
Okay.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1, action.
Good afternoon. What's the name?
Frank. My name is Frank.
Good afternoon, Frank. How are you doing? Are you good?
Good. Good.
All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about the annual mischief?
Okay. This is my first time here. I think this is the first.
This is the first one. This is
Yeah.
the first one ever. So, how excited are you to be here?
Okay. Let's say I'm 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah. Maybe after seeing the movies, I'll be
Definitely. So, what are your expectations for the films you're about to see?
Well, I expect because a couple of my friends are actually part of the films.
Okay.
Their films are showing here, so I expect to see talent.
Definitely.
Yeah, I expect to
Definitely.
see talent. I expect to have fun, and I expect to be intrigued while watching the movie.
Okay. So this year's theme is less is more. That means lesser budget,
Yeah, sure.
not like the average blockbuster.
Yeah, what I
budget.
saw. Sorry to cut
That's
you.
fine.
When I saw the theme, less is more. I
Yeah.
felt it has something to do with acting because that's actually in film school. That's what they normally teach us.
Yeah. Do lesser. Go.
Yeah,
do
more
lesser.
like it,
Yeah,
more like
yeah,
it, more
yeah.
like
I
it.
remember they
Yeah.
told me that as well.
Yeah.
So what you're not going to like have any different expectations just because the budget is a little bit. So if the budget is a little bit smaller, it's not going to impact how you're going to see the movies.
I feel like when it comes to budget and movies, I feel like we have a good production team. You get no matter the amount of budget you have, I feel you're good to go. So far, you have a good production team and you plan well
Yeah.
with a good production team. The film will come out great, no matter the
Definitely,
budget.
definitely. So one last question: how did you hear about the annual film mischief?
Okay, just like I told you earlier, my friends
Yeah.
directed a movie here that's going to be shown here actually. It's going to be shown here, so they invited me over to come and see it.
Thank you so much for coming. I
really
hope you enjoy
appreciate
your
it.
time.
Of course.
Thank you very much for coming.
All right, thank you for seeing you around.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me meet you on my
So I should.
What? No. You still help us these two things. So you call your name,
Okay.
and then it's like a plug.
Okay.
Like your name is blah blah blah. This is the annual film mischief.
Okay. My name is Frank Ugoke, and this is the annual film mischief
That's the first one.
for Film Rats Club. Right?
Cool. But the second one, you now do a plain one for
Okay.
film arts. Just
Okay. My name is Frank Ugoke, and this is the annual film mischief. Right? All right. Hi guys, my name is Ugoke, and okay. Yeah? On action. Hi guys, my name is Frank Ugoke, and this is the annual film mischief. What's the second one? What should I do with film rats?
This is film arts.
Okay.
Alright. Action.
My name is Frank Ugoke, and this is Film Rats Club. So I'm good to go, right?
Yeah, you're good to go. Thank you.
Let me remove the teeth out. Don't worry. I think I should.
against you. You got off look.
I'm doing your mic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you can
Since both of you are going to ask the questions, I'm going to ask you both questions. Then at the end, you probably do individually, just do a plug for the festival. Like, my name is Augustine Okosa, this is Anna Film Institute. And then another one, my name is Augustine Okosa, this is Film Ras Club.
Him what?
Film
Ras Club. Okay.
That'll be after the interview.
Yeah. Sit the inside.
Yes.
Very important. I don't like the important.
Viv, get ready. Hello, hi. Get ready to answer. Huh?
I'm ready.
Show your talent here. I'll say ask her. Hello, hi. Yeah. Okay, my name is Rosemary Anaja. My name is Vivian Megoa.
My name is Colin.
Nice to meet you and welcome to this is the first ever Anna Film Institute.
How did you hear about the event?
Well, I actually heard it from a friend of mine, of ours.
And what motivated you to want to be part of it?
Yes, he.
What motivated you?
Oh, I thought they were. Oh, okay.
You can take that again.
Okay. You're talking now.
Okay,
What motivated
What prompted you to want to attend the event after your friend told you about it?
Okay, the way he talked about it, and everything he said we will see when we come here, and it made us want to come and see it for ourselves to be sure.
So, what are you expecting from what you said?
A lot, because it's our first film festival, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we are expecting a lot, and I think we're gonna get it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, like that.
Since you are going in now.
Yes, please.
Why?
You know,
That's all right. You want to ask them one more.
sponsors. Hello. TV, Viva Cinemas, Impact High Uber, because the film series Albanso. Okay.
Thank you.
We would like to say big thank you to our sponsors, Red TV, Viva Cinemas, Impact Hub Lagos, Uber, Thursday Film Series, and Albanso. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Format. It is not about that alone. It's also about your story content. In some cases, less is actually more. If I did a 20-minute movie and I spent 5 minutes showing the door being opened by a gateman, I'm sure I would probably get some complaints on YouTube. for wasting their time. So you also need to bear that in mind whenever you're thinking about your movie. The content is becoming more and more important. And can anybody tell me why content is becoming more important to the viewer? Sorry? I agree. I agree. But when the country is hard, and I am looking to be entertained, I don't want it to be even harder for me. So, when I look at content, especially on, say, TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, because the platforms are so many and the content is becoming more and more, it is important that the story must grab my attention. It has been said that a lot of young people these days, when they look at content, if you can't hold their attention in the first 15 seconds, forget it. They move on. Which means that when you are making a short movie, your opening sequence is very important. Which then to some extent reverses what they're saying, because it might mean that more in less time actually matters. So, for those of you who are going into the cinema business, or for those of you who, when you make content, I would say that the most important thing for content these days is your storyline. What story do you have to tell? And why should I, a customer, listen to you? But also remember, it's not also about the story alone, it's how you tell it. And so when you are beginning the process of making a skit, a short story, a feature film, it is important that you take a lot of time on your story. Because even in our own business, the old saying is still very important. A house that is built on a solid foundation will not collapse. So if you get your story right in the first place, you will capture the attention of your customers, and you will most likely make money. But it's often a challenge trying to get the story right. Can anybody tell me what most of the challenges are? Are there any script writers here? Script writers. Can somebody tell me what the major challenge of a script writer is? Sorry? Research. In my days, the only place we were able to get information was the library. Today, you have access to research all over the world. So why is it a challenge? Script writers, please. Now, generally, I like my discussions to be a little bit interactive. So please, I would like to encourage you to speak up.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm over here. I think at times it's a combination of problems.
Yes.
So, and I think at times it's a leadership problem. So, typically on a film production, the leadership responsibility is placed on the producer or the director, or at times the person is playing both roles. So, even if the script writer is subject to whatever decision is coming out of the producer and of the director. So at times I think it's not necessarily the script writer's problem. I think it's really the producer director's problem, because it's what you accept, that's what they give to you. So if you tell the person the script isn't good enough, extend it back.
And you're not a part of the production. If you're not just presenting a skit because you want to. A well-told skit will stand the test of time. And the test of time for a well-told skit is how many times it is forwarded, how many times it is viewed, and how many people actually talk about it. Doesn't matter whether it's 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So it's so important that you understand that at the very beginning, because there is so much content out there. What makes yours stand out? Does anyone have any questions for me so far? Yes?
All right, bro. All right, I'm sure everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
All right, it's not a question of me.
Sorry, just 5 more minutes. That's fine. Okay.
What you were saying about scriptwriting. So you talked about script being viable and all of that. I think one of the major issues that I've been a part of a team that produced, that most times that scriptwriters have, is that they bring a story and then the producer will say, in the cinema, this is what he's selling. You start changing everything. You start changing. In fact, the scriptwriter told me a story that he went to present the story and the producer told him that, no, I need a scene where Macaroni is on the yacht with 6 girls just holding them, and it has no bearing to the story. So most times producers, because they want to make the money, now I understand their part, because they want to make money, they go all the way to changing all the stories. I believe that there are enough creative scriptwriters in Nigeria, enough. I've read scripts that men, but take it to a producer that this thing will not sell. Turn this character to comedian, turn this one to this, turn this one, before you know, they just scatter the whole thing. So shout out to all the scriptwriters, I feel your pain.
All right. Most musical movies do not sell, let alone a Nigerian musical movie. But Ayinla sold. But they need to have good content. So as a final word, I'd like to encourage all of you to keep doing what you're doing. But remember the most important thing. Hard work is one of the best ways to get you to the top. But hard work also means that for everything you do, try as much as possible to be the best at it. If you're writing scripts, if you have to write 100 to find that one script, do it. If you're an actor or an actress or a producer, experiment with various cinema angles. Learn from those who have already done it. You have the avenues in front of you. Research is not the problem. It is being able to take the research that you see and pick out what is of relevance to you, what is important, and then go out there and practice it and see how you can be the best at it. So thank you all for having me today. That's good. I got a clap. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Thank you. I hope I didn't disappoint you people. I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Thank you, everyone. More in next time. That really stopped.
Thank you.
As much as we celebrate how far we've come, it's important to know we're standing on the shoulder.
Equipment. Put my hand in my pocket. Thank you.
How free are we from external judgment? We'll find out in this short film that's going on the silver screen. Smile, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's try the
Quick walk, please. Please take out the back
Inspector K, exclusive interviews, juicy behind the scenes footage, and other premium lifestyle content. To www.youtube.com/itsredtv. Hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and follow all the juicy updates. Because what's life without the drama? And what's the web without Red TV?
I'm sure that all of us can guess who the influencers are of this movie. I heard a couple of stuff like that, but I know so and so students. I'm sure that a lot of us can. Please, another round of applause for the filmmakers and the actors. I don't know if Mr. Precious Rashidi is in the house. Precious. Is Precious here? Is he here? Please signify so we can meet you. So that's Smile, a short film, a really short film. I'm sure there's a lot of symbolism here. Where is he? Is he here at all? Precious? Oh, he's not here. Okay, there should have been a moderating session with him. That's why I'm asking.
I can see the fact that I thought that he wanted to distract us from the story itself by giving us beautiful pictures, which I like, because film is pictures, right? So film is pictures. So, but I really appreciate it, but I believe that for a film like Smile, believe me, like you said, you mentioned symbolism. Probably we need to watch Smile like 2 or 3 times before we can get all of those things that he had planted in the movie.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but I believe that the director has done justice to film as a picture, which is very, very beautiful. So I think that's something we can acknowledge, and it's very, very nice. Thank you.
Exactly. Because I kept on hearing young men say, where is this place in Nigeria? So like, we even get to appreciate the landscape and what it means in the story. I saw a young man raise his hand. Okay. All right.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So I think, from what I understood, I think it's actually talking about mental state of girl living in her
head,
and she will never ever forget. So she's happy to just smile.
Yeah. You also notice that the sketch started very elementary, and then the sketch became even bolder as time went on. That lends credence to what you're saying.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you notice that the sketch started very, very elementary, and then it progressed and it became bolder?
Yes.
So that lends credence to what you're saying. So,
progression.
bright minds think alike.
We do this.
We do this. Any other person? Please, if you need to talk, let's hear you in time, please. I don't think this thing is working well. Is there another mic?
Just to mention before we take
All of us read Songs of Solomon. So let's see what this brilliant mind, what perspective he's going to bring to this beautiful.
We, as you all know, Wale Ojo, I paid him a visit, and there's something I always say, and I think that's why the name of this film festival, Less is More, just kind of marries my kind of person. Because I always tell a lot of people that you do not need to have everything to make a movie. That idea that you have to have a budget of 1 million, 10 million, if you know how to tell a story and you know how to be creative, you will. So I often see myself as an assassin where I always want to make sure I go with my weapons. And as a filmmaker, the weapons are my camera, my sound, everything. So wherever I go to. So I went to Ibadan with my fiancée to see Wale Ojo. I got to his house and immediately, you know when you get to a place that feels creative, it was like a set automatically. And I told him, I said, you have a beautiful place. And he was reciting songs of Solomon because he told us that most of the time, in order to remember lines, he actually knows the entire thing. Besides, whenever he's going for any movie, he just begins to say it from his head. But if you cut him at some point, he has to start again because it needs to flow. So he was just saying this, he was saying it to my fiancée because he was trying to tell her how to be, to remember lines when it comes to acting. And as he was saying it, as a filmmaker, I was looking around and I was like, okay, Songs of Solomon, well, we know he's talking to a lady, and at some point the lady's talking to a guy. Okay, I'm a director sitting here, I have a man, I have a lady. Let's shoot. That's how Songs of Ubong came about. And he has a lot of gardens and everything in his house. So I guess that was the inspiration. There was no plan for it. And that is why I kind of like it, because it's poetic. Poetry is not something you sit down and plan for. It should just fall. So in a way, I directed it like somebody who it just happened. When I got back after shooting it, I felt like, I could have added some things. But something said to me, don't bother adding anything. This is how it should be. Leave it as it is. And that was how I decided to leave Songs of Ubong the way it is. And I'm glad the reception has been wonderful.
Oh, that's very contrary to what I thought when I saw it. Because immediately, I don't know if anybody else had that idea. I saw it and I thought, this director has read Song of Solomon, is probably a romantic, is probably a poet.
A bit romantic, I might be a bit romantic.
Okay, yeah, but I was seeing the different influences from the poetry, and I was just wondering how. So it's really beautiful that it fits into the theme of the festival. That, like you said, less is more. I think there's a place for the kind of cinema that you spend 5 years trying to get every detail right, and there's this place for the kind of film that is just, we have a camera, we have a man, we have a woman, like you said, just let's shoot. Like one of my favorite directors, Godard from the French New Wave, he says one of his famous quotes is, all you need to film a movie is a girl and a gun. Basically, just an attractive face and like that feistiness from those French women from that age, and a gun, just something to raise the stakes, basically. And I think that was beautifully demonstrated in Songs of Ubong. Another round of applause, please. Okay, now I'll be giving the floor to the audience. If there are any questions?
Alright, like Mr. Salamudiame says, questions, but please, we can only limit them to 3 questions, please, for the purposes of time. So can we just get the fastest fingers first? 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's it. Thank you. So, should I just take them?
I know that it's rubbish, stupid, and
can you please fastest fingers this way, right? Yes. All right.
Once again, great piece. Did you think about the color of the picture before you did that? I think it tells the story a lot more.
Yes.
I'm a fan of black and white, so that's like...
Yes. There's something I always say to... I have a couple of students I also train when it comes to cinematography and directing. And I always say one thing, and a lot of people tend not to believe. I say directing doesn't end on set. To me, I always redirect when I edit. Because I'm a director who writes, I direct my work, and most of the time I love editing my work. So it just flows under one umbrella. Yes, I know it's good to have different ideas coming, but sometimes that can make it stretch and it takes time. But come back to your question. Sometimes when I look at my footage, I tend to let them tell me another story when I watch them. Because there's a lot of times we see some shots and we're like, oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But when you put it on the laptop or your desktop or wherever, you begin to see some things you did not see before. So sometimes I always want the script or the story or the footage to redirect me. So the choice of black and white, and like, as you can tell, there was only one thing that was in color. Well, not just one. There were a couple of things. The apple, which has a very significant role when it comes to man and woman in the life we are in. Then we have the flowers. You understand? And you know, black and white helps bring out the expression. You know, you ignore colors. There were lots of, if there was a battle, I won't lie, she knows. By the way, that's my beautiful fiancée. She was one that slapped Wale Ojo. Black and white has a way of not distracting us. Because his house was beautiful. If I was battling, should I leave the colors because there were so many yellow flowers? It was beautiful. But at the end of the day, I had to like, no. Tell the story the way your heart is telling you to tell it. Which is, let them focus on what you want them to focus on. That is the words and the actions. Don't let them be distracted by the colors and everything in space. So that was why I stuck to black and white. It was difficult, but hey. Black and white. It was difficult, but hey. Now, I know that might sound a bit, you know, ridiculous. I'm not even a Tarantino fan. I can't even say his name. I've never been a fan. I don't know why. I'm more of Steven Spielberg, Wes Anderson kind of people. But, and I tend to want to know my own style. You know, I feel every film, every genre, or every mood sets the tone of the kind of style you need to use. So, coming here, I wouldn't say there was a particular style I wanted to follow. One thing I believe in is composition and framing. I like to find a frame that suits, let's say 90% of what I might be imagining in my head, because we can't always bring out everything we have in our head. Especially, like I said, it was not a planned project. It was something that had to happen there. And the beautiful thing was that the person who was going to be, or the people who were going to be behind the camera, were people who were ready. You know, imagine if I had got into Wale Ojo's house that day and I said, let's just do something. Because how it happened, I just picked up some things. I told him, can I rearrange your house? So the first scene that you saw her sitting out, there was a curtain. I actually just rearranged that place. And I told him what I wanted to do. And it was ready. And that was one thing I liked. If you're in a space with somebody who is creative, to me is a sin if all of you leave that space without bringing something to life. So there was really no director's, you know, style that I followed. Now, I love the second question you asked, because so many times, even Wale Ojo himself, when I showed him the first cut, he said, I can't hear, you know, Rhoda's voice, that's the lady's voice, clearly. It's not so pronounced. And I said, I want it that way. Because when I was on set, I had enough lavalier mics to mic both of them. But I told him, I said, I don't want it. I want, because I believe, as a director, you want the audience to feel what the protagonist, the main person, is feeling. So I wanted to feel like if Ubon was standing here and somebody was talking to him from the distance, the way he would hear the person's voice, it won't be as loud, right? As, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So that was exactly what I wanted, because it was all about Ubon. But was it all about Ubon too at the same time? Because if you notice, she was reading a book that was kind of saying similar things as to what Ubon was doing. So that's where it's a bit confusing and a bit poetic. So I chose not to involve her words and just leave her action. Although we had to definitely hear it, because Ubong is hearing it. So if Ubong is hearing her voice from the distance, I want us to be hearing it that same way. That was why I chose to put her own vocals down.
Thank you so much. That's the beauty of happenstance. The third question.
I hope I'm answering your questions. I'm ready to check.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much again. This is one of the most beautiful things I've seen this year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So, I'm still puzzled. I'm still trying to understand the choices you made as a director. You said it was spontaneous.
Yes.
And I was just curious, because I noticed a couple of extreme close-up shots that you used. I wanted to know the shot choices you made. Were they on the spot, or you had to make a shot list there on the spot? Did you because there are shots that you use, and I'm wondering, because the shots looks like this shot, it has to be deliberate. I mean, this shot has to be deliberate. So I'm still puzzled about that process. Then I wanted to also ask you about your sound choices, the sound design. Did you plan the sound design, or you did it later in post? You decided, okay, what were your choices? What was the process when it came to doing the sound design? Thank you.
Yeah. Let me just go to the second question. Sound design was done in post. You know, like I said, it was done in post. You know, doing edit. I tend to try to look for the kind of sound that would just fit into the story most of the time. But for when you say did I plan anything, yes, the frames were planned, like the apple with the 2 earrings on the table. You know, a lot of shots were planned. You know, the frame within the frame and all those kind of things. That some of them were there. More could have been done, but like I said, I love it the way it was because it was just poetic. It was poetry. Let's just fall the way it is. So most of the shots were planned, yes, while we were there, on the go. You know, I had to go around the house, look here, look there, and I saw places that kind of like fit into what I was doing. And again, mind you, I was shooting with only one camera, which I mostly do. I'm not a fan of too many cameras because I feel when you have one camera with you, you seem to kind of tell a stronger story. Why? I don't know. It works for me. So that's basically what it was. I had planned shots during the process, but there was no script. I only say the script was the, the one in the Bible, Songs of Solomon, what he wrote. So we just brought out his script and we brought it to life in a way that we won't be too Shakespeare-y kind of, you know, but still bringing a bit of, you know, there was NEPA don't bring light. Let me still come down to our own, you know, position. We're not in the Shakespeare world right now. We're where we are. So that was basically what I did. Hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olo. Thank you to the three people who made comments and questions. I'd like to reiterate that we have 2 prizes at the end of this festival that will go to the first one is the Grand Mischief Prize. That's the one that we have a jury to judge the best movie in that category. So it's not about what the audience thinks in that regard, it's about what the jury rates them. And then we have the audience cheese pick. That's the one that would ask you if you've liked a movie so much and you think that it's the best movie to you, please go to the audience, to our website and then click on that particular movie. And then the most votes, of course, would now, the movie with the most votes would win that audience cheese pick. And then we have the yellow cheese prize that goes to the yellows that I explained in the beginning, our young ones who are coming up in the filmmaking business who were encouraging and have a screening on Sunday. So please, if you like a movie so much, don't just pay lip service to it. Please go and actually vote for the movie that you really like. So thank you so much for this session.
Yes,
thank you, guys.
I don't know where this is. Below. Sorry, can you help me with this? I don't know where it is. Where did you pick it up?
926. 926.
Yeah.
Shoot it. 926. What? You can shoot it. 926. Is it 6? Hold on, let me come. It's 6 o'clock. You can shoot it because it's 926. Maybe you should write it on the card.
All right. Thank you guys. It's been an awesome time already this evening, and we're warming up to see our very, very big movie, the grand movie for tonight. This is my desire. Before we get to that point, I want to reiterate that we're called Film Rats Club, and we're the ones who are hosting this amazing film mischief. And and I think that I get questions all the time. How do you join the club? How do we become a really big part of this initiative? So please, if you want to become a RAT member, or you are a member of Film Rats Club, rather, a RAT, please go to any of the stands and then they'll put you through the registration process. Because it's a club, it's not just about the festival, we have a lifestyle that we uphold even outside this festival. And I also want to introduce the jury members. So the jury I talked about that are responsible for picking the best pick or the best movie for this festival We have a jury of 4 people. We have James Omokwe. I'm sure that we're all familiar with his director, showrunner James Omokwe. We have writer Ifeanyi Chidibabra. We have Tolu Iteboje, and we have Damilola Orumuje on the panel. And those about 24 movies are in this festival, and then they will have their ultimate pick. So please keep rooting for your movies, keep voting in the cheese pick, keep shouting out these movies because they need the traction. As much as we're saying less is more, we live in a world where traction is very important. I mean, when For Maria came out, it was a beautiful movie even before it got on Netflix. But when it got there, we all know how far that went. And how Twitter conversations started to push the movie, people in the diaspora started to lock up on the movie, and now we know Daniela Ogunje, even though we knew him as a person, but more and more people are getting to know him about the craft that he's so well known for. So please, let's continue to push. If you see a director that you really like, if you see any movie that you feel touches a topical issue, push it on Twitter especially, push it on Instagram, post about it, because these young ones, these young filmmakers, not just in terms of age, we need to be pushed out there. And if we don't have a big PR budget, we have each other. The collaborative effort that we all give each other is the push that will get us to the levels that we really, really want. So thank you guys. I know that we're going to continue. Are we ready for the Imo Bena?
Then the movie itself. Hashtag the movie.
Or rate the movie you just seen, Sons of God and Smile. Please go to Cheesemonger. This is important for us to be able to give the audience joint awards. Please, let's use this short time to present between now and ready. 5 minutes is enough to vote for that film of Cheesemonger. Filmrasclub.com for the Cheesemonger panel. All the films showing in the festival are there. So you can.
Yes, in addition to what he said, please, the hashtag is hashtag TafM22. Please, whatever videos or pictures that you have from today and other days,
Except they are only because they are not restricted.
hashtag TafM22.
I won't collect my food. They want to choose
Okay, you can stretch your legs, but 6 o'clock is starting, so you guys should be here by 6, please.
Well, let them show
Bring it. Is that what you Where's the way to choose?
No, so cheese.
I'm joking.
You guys got jokes. You have jokes. Guys, 3 minutes more. All of you that are leaving. We start at 6. Yeah.
Superstar. But let me just run it from here. So.
No problem. So you can just put it up.
Yeah, Do.
Alright then.
Is mine okay?
Do.
Alright then.
Is mine okay?
That's how it was the first time.
It was under.
No, check out the
I'm
glory.
making you guys on screen.
Oh, you're rolling.
As in was, I think was streaming.
Oh well. Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay. Ready?
Yes. So, Mr. Shion, tell us, so far, how do you see the festival?
Well, so far so good. It's been awesome. It's really been awesome. I'm blown away. I've seen just 2 films. It's just been 2 films and I'm blown away already. I can't wait to see every film, literally every film that's coming up.
That's awesome to hear. Thank you, Tim. Tell us what do you feel about them?
Both films, Smile was very beautiful in terms of aesthetics. It showed the whole thought process that was put into the film.
From there to Ikoyi to just the underworld road I'm thinking about for Mofair with the when he's wearing the red shirt and then we also shot some scenes that I love in the film in that location. And it's like a Sunday like church ride and just traffic outside everywhere. And we're just thinking it's like we can't make this day, we might not make this day, but just the usual way those things and then as usual there's always spirits that causes this traffic because you get to the end of the traffic and there's nothing there, there's nobody there. But otherwise, nothing really impressive. It's just the same things. Area boys and that was at the market. That was at DDG. We were trying to film those selling the things scene. We were in an apartment with cloud kitchen. And some people, just the usual, unprovoked behavior, like, and they were throwing stuff at us. And, well, stuff, I mean fruits. They were throwing pineapples and, like, yeah, it's stuff. Nothing aggressive, but the pineapple hit our DOP and he was not very pleased about that. But, yeah, nothing particularly hilarious anyway. Maybe hilarious stuff happened. We should all say this. I was busy stressing out. Aaron and I were stressing out, trying to make stuff. So I don't know. Do you have any funny stories from locations on set? Things that I don't know. Am I about to discover? Am I about to discover something I didn't know before? Sure. There was a lot of discussion. We had a very short pre-production period, so we didn't get the chance to do as much spots as we would like. But the way the shoot was structured worked quite well because Jude had to get back to the village on the plane, so we had to shoot him out first, and then we shot the girls, so Rosa and Grace's story. So we rehearsed. It was myself, Cynthia, and Timmy. We did a bunch of rehearsals, and a lot of it was scenes that aren't in the film, scenes that aren't in the script, so sort of background stuff. We did things like the day she arrives in Lagos, for example, from their village, or like the day she finds out she's going to be stuff in their background in order to try to build and develop the characters. I think what the homework I gave you guys was to write diaries. Yeah. You went through it. I just set the assignment.
Yeah, so Chukwu gave us like homework to do. I and David that we should, create a backstory for our character, or we think our character is about, who our character is, who she should be, all of that. So we did that. Also, we had the help of Nick Monu. He came to Nigeria to teach us like our acting. He was our acting coach. So yeah, like let me back a little bit. So yeah, guys, they flew an acting coach for us all the way from Austria. Yes. Yeah, like this is premium, you understand? So he made like it very easy for us. He it was like a week rehearsal, right? Yeah, and then it was really smooth. He worked with us according to the script.
Very small and slight, like it's an obsession. But yeah, but the other thing with Nick really was it was invaluable to the production because a lot of the time when you're coming on to sets, there's basic film language that is useful for actors to know. So to understand how close how tight the shot is. And these are things you can tell, like where the camera is placed and where the lights are placed. You can tell if it's a close up or if it's further away, and all of that stuff informs your performance. So it was really, really great. Again, because we had such a short pre-production period, we couldn't do all the rehearsals we wanted. We shot Jude first, and Jude is a more seasoned, experienced actor, even though he's more staged than film. But with Cynthia and Timmy, even though Cynthia has a lot of experience, having done soaps here before, it was really, really invaluable that when we started shooting, they already, it's like they did a foundation course, and then we could go from there. But it was a lot of discussion, a lot of talking about what's happening in the scene, about where they are mentally, about bringing their experiences and their friends' experiences, like whatever it is you can use to get the right emotional beat. No fear that it wouldn't work in Nigeria. I think fundamentally we're telling a Nigerian story. And I think once you start worrying about your audience, then you're not going to make a sincere picture, sincere film. But it was making this kind of film series, or making different films here is something my father and I have wanted to do for a very long time. So it's like we have to do it. And I think something we don't give ourselves enough credit for is that the average Nigerian has a much wider and broader palette than like the average European or the average American. Like they watch everything, Nigerians watch everything. And so as a result, it's not going to be the first independent film they've seen before. They've seen independent films. It's just that those films have been shot in feature pictures. So there wasn't really an expectation that we're going to make, Omogeto box office money. That was never an expectation. It was just like we went in fully understanding that, and it was more about trying to make films that could play in and out of Nigeria. That's like the aim, really. We're always saying how we would like to be Nigerian filmmakers, just like Anola doesn't have an interest in being a Nigerian actor. She wants to be an actor. Nobody mentions Kate Blanchett being an Australian actor. She's just an actor. Yeah. And it's the same thing with us as filmmakers. We just want to be filmmakers. We don't want to be boxed in this.
I'll give it over to the audience. Any questions? We'll just take numbers.
2, 5, 6. Sorry, that would be all 6.
This guy is 30 minutes too. Well, you can take, yeah, you can take one of those.
First, that was a great movie. Number one. Number two, how was the casting process? Like, the actors really, of course, they played the role properly, but they really tapped into. They were really able to portray what you were going for, I think. But as a director, sometimes I know like actors play the roles from their own ways of being. So how did you mix that with your own casting process?
Well, why don't you talk about your process, and then I'll talk about the casting, I guess.
Okay, so as an actor, I let myself go, right? I let my director, you guys should stop. I let the director do his work and tell me, oh, okay, I want you to do this, I want the character to be like this. I am not Cynthia, right? I'm Grace, so I have to be Grace, or whoever they want Grace to be, right? And that is what I did.
So it was in the casting. We were really looking for people that could take direction, and I don't know how many callbacks did you have? I feel like you had 2 callbacks. 2
callbacks,
but you did
and then
2 auditions, 2 callbacks. Yeah, and then
test.
We did chemistry tests with her and Temi, because Temi was cast first. But it was really that. It was really about looking for actors that could take direction, and actors that light up a screen. And also, I think something that is, and I tell my acting friends when they don't get a role to not take it personally, because it's not necessarily that you're not talented or you don't have an ability, but you just, for whatever reason, somebody else might be closer to that character than you were. And it's not necessarily a visual or a physical thing. It can just be an essence. They feel like that person. So we're always looking for that. But first and foremost, we're looking for an actor that understands direction and understands the nuances of it. So I would run the sessions with Lala Akintoju, and I would send the tapes to my brother, who was in New York at the time, putting together a crew. So, and then, we would talk about it and then, whittle down, reduce till we found the last 2 people. So it was down to her and Joy.
Yes, Joy.
So the character that ended up playing her friend Tolu, they were the last 2 for the role of Grace.
Okay, thank you. Next
Good evening, thank you for a great movie. I'm Kiadi from What Kept Me Up, managing editor. So I have 2 questions. So I was going to ask, you're talking about the casting, right? Okay, who is closest to the character. We're talking about the crew.
Can't hear you.
So talking about the crew this time, how did you go about picking those you worked with in Nigeria? It's different from the casting process for this time. Picking your crew, those who are based in Nigeria, how did you go about that? And the second one is, what are you working on next?
So with picking crew, again, it was a bit like casting, and we were looking for people that would understand the demands of the set we were running, because we shot on film. And a large part of why we chose to shoot on film is that a film set is very, very different to a digital set, because there's no delete and start again. And it really changed, like the money you spend, the extra money you spend, in my opinion, shooting on film is money saved in time and money saved in focus. But fundamentally, some of those people we'd worked with before, because this isn't, I've done short films here, my brother's done short films here. My brother produced a feature film called Beef for Boy in Enugu. So some of these people were recommended by folks who knew. But for certain departments, like in the camera department and in the production design, so the production designer's number 2 is the art director. So our production designer is a Brazilian woman called Thaisa. She chose her own crew. So a number of art directors came in and they met with her, and then she ended up picking the people she wanted to work with. It was the same thing with the DP. He chose like his, the assistant camera chose the people, the second assistant, the third assistant. So we let them choose their people. So it was like, okay, these are the people we know are A, good at their job, B, like serious, to be honest. And then we let them decide who they wanted to work with. Or what am I working on next? We are in the middle of, I'm in the middle of writing 2 films, and Ari and I don't really care which one goes next. It's more about which one people, if the financing comes in place and the rest of it. But one is an adaptation of a book. I won't say which book, but it's a book. Why now? No. Filmmaker, you have to be a bit mysterious now. Cynthia's working on a British accent for that one. True story. And the other one, so that's it's an adaptation of a British novel, but we're moving it from London to Lagos. And and then the other one is a bit more fun. It's Ari and I argue about this. I say it's a film with music. He says it's a musical. And that's all I'll say.
I'm a very good singer.
Good evening. That was a very, really good movie. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of thought put into it. It allowed us to make up our minds. But I wanted to confirm something. Was it your intention for you to just create something like a canvas of life about maybe like 1 or 2 themes and then let us make up our mind about it? Or was that your intention from the beginning, or it just worked out like that? That was my first question. The second question is, did you make money from the movie? Thank you. Those are my questions.
Yes, we did. We wanted to present life as it passes by for these characters in their positions, in their jobs, in their neighborhoods. So that was always the intention. Did we make money from the movie? No, not yet. But it depends on what your idea of money is. When you say, did we make money, did you me personally or my brother personally? Cynthia made money, she got paid. Cynthia got paid. I didn't get paid, my brother didn't get paid. But those are sacrifices we made in order to bring budgets down and also to convince the financiers that we were very, very committed to this project and we're going to do well. I think with filmmakers, there's too much, like, I've already chosen this life, there's nothing else I'm doing. I'm going to be doing it for a long time. It doesn't need to be today. The film, off the back of the film, we got signed to an agency and we've had offers to write movies, to make money, yeah. But again, my rule is no hush puppy films, no Boko Haram films. Like, it's boring to me. But those are the only offers we got in. So I got a very good offer to write a movie about a 419 guy, but I have no intention of putting my name on something about a 419 guy. Like, that's sincerely that is not what Nigerians are about. But stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. I mean, my brother and I really want to make big films, $100 million movies. Like, that's the aim. So it's not tomorrow. It's that it happens. You have to get to things slowly. And I just think there's in art, in creative field, there's too much of a rush. Like, you just have to take your time, and yeah, it comes with certain like personal sacrifices. In my instance, I'm lucky that I have parents that are happy to have me under their roof and the rest of it. But yeah, there's certain things that I have friends that are bankers and lawyers that I just can't do. But I love my work, and I believe that eventually I'll make good. So this is really no pressure.
Good evening. Thank you for sharing the movie with us. We really enjoyed it. So I have two questions. First question is, when you stepped on that stage, you posed like someone that hasn't stayed in Lagos at all, like the local Lagos. You understand? I saw the local Lagos right there. And so my question is, what was the process of getting this information about how we live in Lagos, how the rooms are like and everything? Do you get it? So that's the first one. And the second question is, I realized there was emphasis on art direction and tight shots. Art direction, tight shots, there was no unnecessary wide shots revealing everybody. So you laid emphasis on the actors that the stories were being told in each scene. So was it intentional? Yeah, those are my two questions. Number one, what was the process of scripting, talking about Lagos, the local Lagos, and the art direction? Was it intentional to have that as a focal point in your filmmaking process?
So my brother and I were born in Warri, and we grew up in Ikorodu. So it's just that they sent us to school when we were 8, and then but Lagos has always been home. Like I am between personally, I'm between here and Abraka. I'm not Obodo Igbo side, but I hear what you mean. A big part of it is like I walk around a lot. I've seen these places. It's just in terms of how do you know? Like I know. Like it's. Do you know what I mean? Like I hear it all the. I hear these stories. Like I had friends that lived in these places, and we'd go eat, we'd go hang out. I spent like a long time in that particular neighborhood, like getting to know the people, and what I wanted to do was because you're waiting for financing to come in, and I don't want to just sit down and be praying for money. Like I want to be doing stuff that will help push the film forward. So I spent a lot of time just acting as if the money was in the bank account. So I'm like, okay, let's look for locations and let's actually start thinking about how you're going to make this film. You have 48 locations in this screenplay, all over like how are we going to make this film? So I would just go around, and that place is, that neighborhood is Alamutu, so it's like something between, just away, not far from Sule. So I'd go down there and I would just wander around, but I was pretending as if I was looking for an apartment to rent, because if I wanted to find the locations, like Lagos, housing goes very quickly. So I was like, if I find the location I'm looking, I'm just going to rent it for well, it's normally 2 years, but I sort of agreed with the guy to do it, like let's do 1 year and then we can roll on that afterwards, because I explained what it was I was trying to do. But And then I just come back every week. Sometimes I go watch football at the viewing center, but I just be there so they see your face. And then at one point it's like, bro, sure say they make this film, like nothing is happening. And I'm like, no, we're coming. And then after like 8 months, the financing came in. And I was like, we're making the film. And everybody, I can't tell you how many people like supported this film with their spirits. Because the whole neighborhood now were like, they had been seeing my face at least 2-3 times a month for 8 months. So I'm not a stranger anymore. And every time I go, I'm talking about this film I want to make. And it's just like, yeah. And then when they finally say, no, it's happening, it's, they're as excited as you are because you've been talking about this thing since, and like it's finally happening. And then of course you actually start making a film and they realize that you're just there to block the whole areas. And it went from, sure, you're gonna make this film to, these people are still here. Did you ask a second question? That was it, right? Yeah.
Said art direction.
Oh yeah. So art direction and what?
Tight shots.
Tight shots. Yeah. So art direction was our production designer worked in conjunction with our costume designer and our cinematographer. Like I think people don't neglect that those three people they need to be on the same page when it comes to how it looks. But our production designer was the first person on ground, and when we were choosing a production designer, we wanted somebody that lived in a country that had the same textures and architecture and feel as Nigeria. Because if I bring an American or an English person to try to recreate what these spaces look like, they don't understand it because it's not familiar. So Thaisa is from Sao Paulo, and Sao Paulo is, a lot of the architecture here is the same. It's Brazilian, it's a lot, especially in that area, it's a lot of Ritani, Saro architecture. So even down to the colors, in terms of the way, how colored our walls and our buildings are. So we wanted someone that knew about, so when she got here, the place was not alien in any way whatsoever, and she took like a fish to water, and with Daniel as well, and then just being a bit more inventive. So all those sets were empty, and we put everything in there. At one point, we would see, Thaisa would be going around, and she would see like a stove she really likes, and she'd ask the person, can I borrow your stove? For the film, like, why? This old thing, no, don't disgrace me, blah, 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 blah. But she then came up with the idea of, well, why don't we use the production design budget we have to buy new things and substitute for the old things. So that's what they did. So yeah, so you see a fridge or a stove or something you like, you say, oh, we're going to give you a new one. And so we'll give you like a new fridge, a new small fridge, and then you give us the old one back. But I think, like, I have a classmate that's Brazilian, and I made a short film a long time ago in my village in Abraka, and he worked on the film. And he had never been to Nigeria, and he came, and he was like, man, this place is just like Sao Paulo. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This nonsense. Like, I'm Brazil now. What do you tell you? And I went to go and visit him later on, and I got off the plane, and their own airport is just like Murtala Mohammed. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. The only difference, I describe Brazil as like, Sao Paulo is Lagos's attractive older sister. Like, they're definitely related, but the difference is at the airport there, the panel isn't hanging down, the wire is in there, but it very much, I was shocked by like how similar it was, and even in the attitude and the way they behave, which is why it was great to have somebody like Thaisa there, because she was sharp, like she was not overwhelmed by like being in a market and by like negotiating and like even having these discussions of like, no, let's talk about this thing, but so of it was with art direction, and then obviously she was informed by, she worked with Bisola, who was our art director, and obviously the two of them work together because there's only so much, there's only so far knowledge can take her. And with tight shots, it was very much that we wanted. I mean, when you had great actors, and we wanted to create a tableau and a pattern that felt like you're in the room with them and you're just watching them. And that was really it. And even the wides, so a lot of the stuff is one take. I say one take, it's not, we didn't cut the film up into lots of little pieces. We wanted that, and the idea is for people hopefully to watch it a number of times so that I can make some money. And I'm joking, but you know, hopefully if you watch it more times, you'll pick up on all the little things that weren't there in the first place. You know, I'd be very interested to know how many people here. What was the first scene you saw Rosa in? You know, Rosa shows up very, very early in the film. Bingo. Yeah, she's fetching water there. That's the first time she shows up. And then did anyone notice that time went backwards? Yeah, with the kids, and not in the hospital. When they're playing, because Rosa's story starts, but it's gone by. But we have a ton of Easter eggs like that in the film. Like you'll see things and you'll hear things that we deliberately crisscrossed in that way.
Nice. Good evening. To reiterate what others have said about the film being good and all of that, to just take this much of that time. This is a very, very, aside the acting and all, it's a visually beautiful film. I have a series of questions. My number one question is, my one question is, how can a debut be this good? It's a debut film and it's this good. How do you go about it? Number two, how did you go about the funding of this film? And number three, how is your film education like? You went to film school and all of that. And okay, now the next question is, it was directed by two people. How was the decision? You know, there are some decisions you will make on set. How was the decision like? Who was like taking the lead, or I don't know? How was it like? Because I've seen some films directed by brothers, directed by two people. How was the whole decision like? And for the last question, I noticed that I noticed how politically inclined the film is, and I noticed there was like some voiceover of Omoyele Sowore. Do you like Omoyele Sowore? Do you like? Are you politically sympathetic to his ideas?
Where we start from now?
That's a lot of questions. I will try to address some of them. I think I remember them all. I feel like I've been talking a long time. Cynthia's in a better place to talk about what it was like working with two. And I'd actually like to, I haven't actually answered that question. Like, what was it for you? Okay, I'd like to hear what it was like for you as the actor, and then I will say what I thought was happening as directors.
Well, working with you and Ari, well, you spent more time with us, right? So, but Ari was just, on his own in his corner, eating food. But like Chuko was always with us right from like the casting, the audition, the casting, the screening, the rehearsal, from the beginning to the end. Chuko was always there. That's why when I see Chuko, I'm always jumping. Chuko, my guy. But like Ari, we are not that close because like I think he was focusing on something else, maybe.
More visual.
Yeah, visual, yes. But it was nice, and they think alike. Actually, they do. I think they go to a private place, discuss, and then come and then talk in unison. So yeah.
Yeah. So you're not wrong. It was so basically with Ari and I, because we split ourselves up in terms at pre-production. Ari was more in charge of and we always say if you come onto set, I'm with the actors, Ari's with camera, and with the camera people, camera team, sorry. And And then we meet in the middle, and we basically, so he shows me what he set up, and then I give my notes, and then we run rehearsal, and then he gives me his notes on the performance. And when the scene's running, what she can't see is that we're in Video Village at the back, and half the time I'm standing on set whilst we're filming, and he is in Video Village looking at it through the monitor. And then I go back to Video Village, and we talk about, I'd say, what are you seeing? I'd tell him what I'm seeing, and then we would have notes, and more often than not, I would give the note to Cynthia and.
Do you want to try?
Let's try this one. Okay, that's it. To Cynthia or to Timmy, and Ari was actually more involved with Jude, but at any time, either one of our faces will show up. But everything is built beforehand with he and I discussing like what the film is, what it's about, how we want to shoot it. So we have an idea before we go in, and then we're just adjusting and making, we're making adjustments, and the film is taking shape as we work on set. But Ari reads every single draft. Mofe was younger in the screenplay, but Ari, in the very first draft, he reads. So I'll give it to him. We'll sit down, and he will read it out loud to me. And in reading it out loud, you can tell where lines of dialogue is not working, and you can tell where there is not, where there is maybe narrative holes. But Ari was in the middle of reading it, literally halfway through the screenplay, reading it back to me, and he says, you know what, we should age him up and cast Jude Akutike. And that's how Jude got the job. With the raising of the financing, the majority of the film was financed by GDN Studios. And GDN Studios is the Guardian newspaper's production arm. They're trying to move into full-scale media house that does like films, television, like that's what they're looking to pivot towards. So we met and it's why I always talk, so in this line of work more than any, you have to be ready to receive your good luck. And so it's why you need to be moving as if it's happening. So literally, my brother was shooting a fashion video, and he ran into Toke Ibru, who is head of GDN Studios. He was buying coffee for his director, for his cinematographer, and Toke was there, and he was like, "Oh, long time, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on?" And Ari was saying, "Oh, I'm making a." He was there with like two Igbo people. He was like, "Oh, who are these? Oh, this is Cedric, the DP, so on and so forth. That we're in film." And he goes, "No way! That I'm looking to go into film production." So Ari was going back to New York to finish this film, and he said, "I'll put you in touch with my brother. That Chico is based here, so you guys talk." And I went to sit down with Toke and his partner, a guy called Ziad, who's a Nigerian Lebanese chap, but from Kangu. And they said, they told me what they wanted to do in terms of we want to make like local for global type of thing. And so they got money from the Bank of Industry, and they were looking at ways to grow their company. And I said, well, I have a screenplay. Ari and I are trying to make this film, and we're looking to do exactly the same thing you are. So I sent them the script, and then I sent them the short films that we had made, which is like proof of concept, is in terms of like we're aiming for something more. And then we sat down, and literally the partner Ziad was asking me how we were going to make this film. And I had an answer for every single question. And a lot of it was built upon the fact that I had actually gone and seen the locations. I'd actually thought about, oh no, we can't, planning for traffic and like where can we shoot and keeping things. So I just had an answer for every question. Now some of those answers changed when we got on set, but I had an answer for every question. And And later on, he was saying that a big part of why they put the financing in was that we seemed organized, because they had met a lot of other filmmakers beforehand and with other projects, and they were not organized. And that's really the trick, I think, in life, is like, be prepared to receive your good luck. Because we met this, my brother was buying coffee for his friends, and that's how the film, that's basically how the film got financed. Yeah, I mean, I met the guy, in April, in July, the first chunk of money hit the account, and it's go. I think I passed your jam exam. That's it. I know it's probably incomplete with some, but...
So just a short one, a comment and a question. The actors were beautiful. At some point, I actually forgot, I made the comment there, I forgot I was watching a movie because it was natural. Especially the Mr. Vincent. He was so natural. So the actors were beautiful. The question, you made a comment pertaining to it earlier on about the how you took shots from balconies. Because it was obvious that, especially those street shots, you were out of sight. Because they were rich. The people were in their natural elements. There was no the scene where it was obvious that they knew that you were shooting was when she was, I think she was, and you could see the normal kids looking, I mean, they were looking at film, you understand? For those beautiful scenes that the market says, it looks like people were oblivious of what was happening. Was it, okay, my question now is, did they know there was a shoot going on, one? And are there no, like, legal implications for shooting someone that is not aware that he's being shot? I don't know if, yeah, without their consent. Yeah, I don't know if they are, or if there's something somewhere around it.
It's, so the short answer is, no, they were not aware that we were shooting. I mean, so what we did is we organized with some homeowners in a building, and we were on the roof of the building for some of the market scenes with a long lens so you can get close. And we just shot, and we had our assistant directors. We had a team of four ADs, and then they were all spread out through the market, and we would just radio from where we were, okay, go. And the actors had instructions to just do what they wanted to do. So he is selling things, she said just go ahead and sell. And then we would use the radio to call, cut, and reset when we wanted to reset. Legal implication of shooting people without their consent for a film, there's really none, unless I am like shooting you. I can shoot a street scene, like it's fair. I am shooting Jude, who has signed a release form, and then with the woman who he's selling the clothes to, we then had her sign a release form, and nobody cares about what the release form is saying, really. You just, here's 1K, sign the thing, we're doing a movie, and they're just excited about being in the film. But if you shoot like a market square or a market scene, then there are technically no legal implications to that. Everyone's going by, I'm not shooting you, I am shooting the square. So I need permission to shoot the square. That is implied in me shooting the square, which we had because we got all our permits from Lagos State Film and Television Board. They were very helpful in terms of just giving us the permits. So if police or anybody came, why are you shooting? We have a permit, we're allowed to shoot the market. But if I shoot an individual, I have to get a release form.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, a lot of questions, I have to condense a lot of questions. Our apologies because time is far gone. I just have one comment to make as an actor. I don't know if every other person feels the same way. I like the fact that certain shots weren't taken as tight as they would normally, like somebody's crying and you zoom into tears. I like that some of the things were taken from the side, from the back, because other parts of your body are actually talking. And Room has articles of clothing and props that are speaking to us as well. So thank you for making characters out of what we normally have as inanimate things. So thank you. Thank you so much. You guys have been the best audience. Thank you guys for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you all actually very much for taking the time out of your days and evenings to watch the film. It really means a lot to us. We put a lot into it.
Do you need any?
Next picture, yes, for sure now.
Do you guys need any old fridges? All right, thank you guys. I think this is the point where we get the closing remarks from Okay, thank you. As start is continuing tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Please join us on the virtual screenings, and you're free to join us as well. Thank you so much. Good night.
Yes,
Hi, thank you.
So the marketing is a very important aspect of bringing out the film. Yeah, how creative.
Whenever I say this line, she's like, I'm just kidding.
So the marketing is very important.
Okay, I don't. Maybe you can help me fix it, cause.
Okay. We're so grateful. And there's no popcorn. Please grab a pack of soup if you want to. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't want us to take it off because we're interviewing them outside.
Okay, so
Okay.
you can just go.
Alright. So should I follow you or?
Yes.
I'm going to collect his number.
Hi, thank you. Hey.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Yeah, I knew your name was A.S. something.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Good work.
Thank
Actually,
you.
Really
Thank
good.
you.
And I know you're much older than you. Sorry.
Well, it depends on how old you think I am. Hey! What's up? I'm fine. Did you do what I asked you to do?
Congratulations.
All right.
Wonderful
Thank you.
performance.
Thank you.
I know you're much older.
How old do I
Honestly.
Sorry, I need to steal that from you.
Now you can still I'm gone.
look? You're still around, right? Okay. Hey. Hi, Cynthia. Hi.
Tommy.
I will go and drop you at that. No. I will drop you at that.